On August 15, 1947, India became independent. But hundreds of princely states, kingdoms, maharajas and nawabs wanted their own separate independence. To understand today's India, it is crucial to know how Sardar Patel accomplished the difficult task of unifying 565 princely states to form a united India. Let's explore. To better appreciate Sardar Patel's thinking behind the idea of a united India, we should listen to what he said. Every Indian should now forget that he's a Rajput, a Sikh or a Jat. He must remember that he is an Indian and has every right in this country, but with certain duties. One more statement by Sardar Patel captures his unwavering faith in an indivisible India. We're not going to surrender the country to anyone except to the people of India. And therefore, we will not tolerate any kind of intrigue, whether internal or external. Sardar Patel spoke less, but whenever he spoke, the whole of India listened and followed him. This was why the difficult task of making all princely states a part of an independent India was given to Sardar Patel. And VP Menon assisted him in this task. After independence in 1947, Mountbatten presented three options to the princely states. First, become part of India. Second, become part of Pakistan. And third, to become an independent state. Sardar Patel and all Indian leaders understood that if these states were to be given the status of independent entities, India would never be able to become a united country under a common national flag. Therefore, a legal document called the Instrument of Accession was crafted, which specified that the rulers and nawabs of these princely states would receive significant rights and concessions. Additionally, Patel came up with the idea of privy purses. By which payments were to be made to the royal families in exchange for their consent to join. As a result of Sardar Patel's continuous efforts, most rulers agreed to join India. By August 15, 1947, only a few states remained that had yet to sign the Instrument of Accession to become part of India. One such example was Piploda, a small state located in central India that delayed joining India until March 1948. The biggest obstacle, however, was Nawab Hamidullah Khan of Bhopal, who was trying to convince his fellow rulers to create a separate independent entity away from both India and Pakistan, which would include present-day Gujarat, Rajasthan and Madhya Pradesh. However, the ruler of Bikaner, Sadul Singh, not only separated from this plan, but also explained to other kings the benefits of joining India. Therefore, it is not surprising that Bikaner was one of the first princely states to join the Indian Union. Meanwhile, in June 1947, Maharaja Hanwant Singh of Jodhpur was exploring the idea of joining Pakistan for greater benefits. He even went to meet Muhammad Ali Jinnah along with the Prince of Jaisalmer. A delighted Jinnah wanted to take full advantage of this opportunity. He is said to have offered them a blank sheet of paper, telling them that he would agree to whatever they wanted, including free access to Karachi port and permission to manufacture and import arms. However, during negotiations with Jinnah, the Jaisalmer prince accompanying Hanwant Singh remarked that he would stand by Hindus in case there is trouble between Hindus and Muslims. This remark threw Hanwant Singh off guard, and he asked for some time to think. Taking advantage of this situation, VP Menon met Maharaja of Jodhpur with his proposal. The conversation between Maharaja and VP Menon escalated to the point that the Maharaja pulled out a pen from his pocket, which was actually a pistol, and threatened to shoot VP Menon. However, Mountbatten walked in on the scene and intervened and confiscated the pen pistol, calling it a gift from the Maharaja. This unique weapon remained with the Mountbatten family before being auctioned off in 2013. Patel promptly recognized the potential dangers of the border states joining Pakistan and met with Hanwant Singh. He reassured Singh that importing weapons would be allowed and that Jodhpur would be linked to Kathiawar by rail and India would provide grain during times of famine. In this way, Patel persuaded Jodhpur to reject Jinnah's open offer and acceded to India. There was much drama in the northeast too. For example, in Tripura, surrounded by East Pakistan, now Bangladesh, on three sides, there was a palace conspiracy to force the regent Maharani Kanchan Prabha Devi to join Pakistan. However, this was foiled by Sardar Patel and Menon, and Tripura joined India too. The next big challenge for Sardar Patel was the princely state of Junagadh. With a populace of almost 80% Hindus, its Muslim ruler, Sir Muhammad Mahabat Khanji, was adamant about joining Pakistan. The Nawab, known for his eccentric behavior and preference for spending on his dogs over his subjects, was influenced by his Diwan, Sir Shah Nawaz Bhutto. Yes, the grandfather of Benazir Bhutto. He announced his plan to join Pakistan on September 15, 1947. Upon hearing this, the people of Junagadh rebelled and protests against the Nawab erupted everywhere. Eventually, the Nawab fled to Pakistan. Sardar Patel wanted to give the right to the people of Junagadh through a referendum as to which country they would like to join. However, Pakistan flatly refused to accept the proposal. So then, on November 1st, 1947, Sardar Patel decided to deploy the Indian Army to safeguard Junagadh. Subsequently, once the referendum took place, 99% of the population of Junagadh chose to stay with India, and Junagadh became a part of India. A similar situation arose in Kashmir, where the ruler Hari Singh had control. Sardar Patel knew that Pakistan was willing to go to any extent to bring Kashmir with them. So, he was vigilant in every way. The situation in Kashmir was particularly challenging because it is strategically located in the east of Tibet, northeast of China, and northwest of Afghanistan. Given the danger posed by Pakistan's aspirations, Sardar Patel took several measures without delay, including diverting planes on the Delhi-Srinagar route and installing telephone and telegraph lines between Pathankot, Amritsar, and Jammu. The Indian Army was kept on high alert to deal with any situation. Recognizing that the situation in Kashmir was slipping out of control, Pakistan, out of sheer desperation, planned an invasion. On October 22nd, 1947, over 5,000 Pakistani armed tribesmen known as Lashkars invaded Kashmir. 2 days later, Maharaja Hari Singh, feeling desperately threatened, offered to accede to India in exchange for immediate military assistance. On October 26th, Menon arrived in Jammu and obtained the Maharaja's signature on the instrument of accession. An emergency meeting of India's Defence Committee consisting of Nehru, Patel and Baldev Singh was convened to order Indian troops into the valley and expel the Pakistani invaders. A task they successfully accomplished. Meanwhile, the ruling elite in Hyderabad, the largest and wealthiest of all of princely states, openly refused to join the Indian Dominion despite numerous pleas and warnings from Patel and other mediators. The Nizam continued to expand his army by importing weapons from Europe. The situation worsened when his private army, a band of armed fanatics known as Razakars, began targeting the Hindu residents of Hyderabad. This time too, Sardar Patel acted with determination and alacrity. On September 17, 1948, the Indian Army launched Operation Polo and entered Hyderabad. Within 4 days, the Nizam not only surrendered but also agreed to merge with India. At the same time, Pakistan's intentions had already been exposed to the world. When India was preoccupied with its efforts to bring the princely states under one flag, Pakistan was giving shape to its nefarious designs to occupy Lakshadweep Islands, which were important for India from a strategic security perspective. It was Sardar Patel's timely decision to send Indian Navy ships to Lakshadweep that led to its inclusion as a part of India. Article 1 of the Indian Constitution states, India, that is Bharat, shall be a union of states. But if India is a union of states today, the credit goes to Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel and his colleague VP Menon and their ironclad determination. All future generations should remember what Sardar Patel said, as it will guide India's path in the future. He said,
हमें जो हिंदुस्तान आज सदियों के बाद एक हुआ है और एक मौका मिला है, वो घुमाना नहीं चाहिए.
The essence of Sardar Patel's life and quest is captured in the words of famous poet Hemraj Patidar. सोमनाथ का उद्धारक वह शिव शंकर प्रलयंकर था, ब्रिटिश पाक दुश्मन के सम्मुख वीरभद्र भयंकर था, कांपे शेख निजाम कभी क्या कहना उस ललकार की, फिर यादों में हम खोए हैं लौह पुरुष सरदार की.